Tim, good to see you again.
Good to see you, Tim.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I was one of the journalists last night that applauded Shawshank Redemption at the end of the movie. I don't do that too often.
Oh, that's
to
nice.
join in.
You're jaded.
Jaded at the end of a film and applaud. And the reason for that, and I'm not being patronizing, Tim, I enjoyed every frame from the ink spots in the opening credits saying, if I didn't care, which society really didn't in the 40s and 50s, and many times about these guys, to the end of the film, which we're not going to give away. But congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Why this script? I know you must get tons of scripts to read, but why Shawshank Redemption?
Well, because it was so moving and so, at the end, so exhilarating, so inspiring. It's a great story, and it's not just about prison. It's about the limitations we place on ourselves in life, and the limitations, more importantly, that we allow others to place on us. And if we listen to them, and we believe what these people are saying to us, that we're really building walls around ourselves. We're really building our own prison.
You know who's getting that? The women critics. They're catching on to that, you know, there's a metaphor in life here that, as you just said, it's more than just about guys locked up in a prison.
Absolutely. And I can see why women critics would get that first, is because who is told from childhood that they are not a certain type? I mean, my kids playing, my stepdaughter playing right now with computer games. Why aren't there any male heroes in these computer games? She's totally onto it at age 9 that there is a definite prejudice in the thinking, and so she's being, at least she's aware of it, you know.
Yeah.
And I guess, you know, what the film is saying in a larger way is that in order to keep alive and keep living in a strong and thorough way, that oftentimes you have to look beyond the walls around you. You have to not believe in the prison and believe in that light and that hope and that person that you think you can be and the person that you believe that you are, and not listen to what your boss is saying, what your spouse is saying, what your leaders are saying.
And that's what your character Andy does so well in the film. But about prisons, and I know actors have to prepare, did you personally learn anything about the system?
I learned a lot. I learned a lot from talking to prisoners, and more, I learned a lot from talking to guards, people that work in the prisons, that know what's wrong with it, know what's wrong with the prison system, and will tell you honestly. And will tell you that, you know, the politicians, when they come in and say that we need to be tougher on crime, we need to build more prisons, are just blowing a lot of hot air. And what's really wrong is they're putting the wrong people in prison. Victimless crimes, possession of minor drugs, you shouldn't be sending these kids to prison. Because if you're rich and you have a lawyer, you don't go there.
That's right.
But if you're poor and unlucky and stupid for a couple weeks in your life, you wind up in prison for 2 years, and all you learn is how to be a better criminal. You go out and you start doing those victim crimes. They teach you how to do those crimes in prison.
As your character said, I was an honest banker before I went into prison. Now I've learned how to be crooked in prison.
Right, it's the best school for criminals.
Another major issue that really I felt strongly about was the institutionalization. And Morgan says, I'm glad you said that. Yeah, you lock guys up so long, or women so long, and they become institutionalized.
Yeah, you lose hope. You lose any belief that you could be what you thought you could be. And what Andy Dufresne is able to do over the course of 30 years is still believe, despite the fact that he's in a situation that seems hopeless. He's able, through his memory of music and through his talent and through his reading books and through his vision of where he wants to go, is able to remain free in the most desperate of situations.
In 15 seconds, Morgan's character, Red, written as an Irishman by Stephen King, but boy, what a job he does. Huh?
Terrific, terrific. And it was golden working with him, because every different take of a particular scene, if I changed it a little bit, if I colored it a little bit differently, he would go right along with me, and I with him, and it was just a joy working with him.
Well, he said you both had, this was a plum role for both of you. I think the plum may turn to gold.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.